Could it be like the curd of the day? And it's like, there's like
Oh,
fun
that's
games on the
cute.
packaging.
Oh my gosh.
There's a,
Instead of like, how Laffy Taffy has jokes, we'll have curd of the day.
yeah. Oh, we're making this worse for
Kids
kids.
will love that.
Hey, I'm Allie LeFevere.
And I'm Lyndsay Sanders, and we are the founders of Obedient, a branding agency specializing in humor.
You're watching Can They Brand That, a brainstorming show where we pick a brand or creative problem, set the clock for 10 minutes, and come up with as many ideas as we can.
Today, we are taking on a monumental task of trying to brand cottage cheese for kids. We sort of figure if yogurt can do it, let's see if we can make cottage cheese something that kids want to eat. Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, let's start the timer and answer the question on everyone's mind. Can they
brand that? Okay, we said this when we decided to pick this creative problem, is that the first things first, we probably need to spell cottage cheese with K's.
Definitely.
Well, or I guess cottage, not cottage keys.
And maybe the K's even backwards. I mean, it's got to be really, we got to really amp up the appeal. This is the hardest brainstorm for me personally, because I can't even look at cottage cheese in the eyes. It's so upsetting.
In the curd.
In the curd.
And I personally love it. I do recognize that it is texturally unwell. I think this was your idea that like, what is like the Go-Gurt equivalent?
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to put it in a tube and call it cottage squeeze.
No. I regret that idea.
Okay, well, there's also like, if we're in charge of manufacturing, it could also just be blended. The curdless. Like
Curdless
you could
cheese.
make it so then it's all that protein and it's just like them basically getting like a soft cheese in a tube.
So is it curdless with a K?
Your face, you're like,
it's getting worse.
It is curdless with a K.
Everything's making this less appealing for me as a consumer.
And we'd probably have to be careful because careful with the K. I bet the Kardashians already have like pre-trademarked everything spelled with a K. So we'd have to be careful with a K. Let's brainstorm mascots. They'd have to be very cool.
So obviously you pick a oldie but goodie, Little Miss Muffet, who sat on her tuffet. Because kids know what a muffet and a tuffet and curds all are. So this is perfect. This is a really good angle.
It's going to just like get them right where they are. They're going to be watching their little iPads and be like, Little Miss Muffet told me that curdless cottage squeeze is cool. So I want it.
I do like calling it cottage squeeze though. That is really funny.
That's the only good curd in this whole brainstorm so far. Oh my gosh. It's for proteins. Maybe we're not, the kids aren't kids, they're for teens.
Might be the wrong demographic we're angling toward.
But yeah, let's go after teens and tweens, pro-tweens, because then we can convince them that it's going to make them like better at their hobbies. Because protein really, like if you want to be strong and you want to have energy to do all your little
curds
hobbies.
With whey instead of curds and whey. I like that. That's like innovative that we like put the whey in the curd.
Yeah. I feel like you could also make, his name could be Kurt, Kurt, and he's a curd.
Kurt the curd.
And he has hands. And so he could introduce himself as like, and he's like hanging out of the basketball court. This sounds bad, but he's just like, your shot's off, kid. You need some cottage squeeze. And he throws him a squeeze and the kid catches it.
Thanks, Kurt. Bulks up.
Should we and then he's just like, boo, boo, boo. And he just dunks. He's like 10.
Should we check?
That's good, Kurt.
Should we check Kurt's legal history before we have him on a basketball court with children? I'm so
Has Kurt had to introduce himself to everyone in your neighborhood?
Is he not allowed to live 10 miles within a school district? What if he's okay? Let's pause on Kurt. Maybe Kurt is a bird.
Okay,
maybe he's still.
I guess a curd is just like a big white chunk. That's like very scary.
I mean, maybe a bird that loves curds is a more like a Chester Cheeto type, where this bird loves curds.
Yeah, for sure. I think a way to brand it where kids would like it is it's just like, this is cheese. Like you just focus more on cheese than the type it is.
Yeah.
It's just soft. Drinkable cheese. Oh.
Like cheese with ease. Is there anything like, cause it's handheld, squeezable?
Yeah. If it's tied to like having more energy and like, you know how you tell little kids like, this will make you run faster or like,
Yeah.
go get that and see, like, I'm going to time you.
Okay. Is there any angle with like saying like your parents wouldn't want you to have it, right? It's like
Ooh.
secret
We could rate it. It's PG-13,
PG
PG
curd teen.
curd protein good. That's what the PG stands for.
Yeah. Okay. I have another idea. Okay. You know how in cereal, what was so exciting as a kid is there was little treasures hidden inside. Like, right. There'd
Mm-hmm.
be like, is there anything we hide inside the tub
So
of
they choke
cottage
on
cheese?
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Something really
Squeeze
small
it.
and round.
It'd be like grape. The
Just
number
a
one choking
blueberry.
hazard.
A single blueberry. It's like, can you survive the cottage
So
cheese
listen.
experience?
So now it's sort of like a Hunger Games situation. There's,
A
and
Hunger
also we make
Games.
it so like we put one marble in like one out of every 100.
It's like the golden ticket, but somehow worse.
to, to the other side. It's like drink at your own risk. Okay, what if instead of junk food, we called it dunk food? And now this is only after teen basketball players
I like
that
that.
need a lot of protein.
Protein. And there's nothing more on the go than a squeeze and cheesin'. Oh, okay. Now I think we need to play with like squeeze and cheese.
Squeeze.
Like,
Yeah, tis the squeezing, tis the cheesing. Okay, instead of it being inside since they're drinking it, it could like could you peel something off the outside and it turns into like a temporary tattoo? You know, like something on something or like
on the package.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if the tube itself becomes a slap bracelet afterwards?
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let everyone know you just squeezed. And then you collect them like Taylor Swift friendship bracelets.
That. Like, how many squeezes did you have this week? And it's like,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. Squeeze them all. Like, you can squeeze them all.
Gotta squeeze them all.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we would say? Squeeze the most out of every activity. Like because half of this would be you'd have to be appealing to parents to try to force their kids to eat liquid cottage cheese. I mean,
okay.
I think we've at least what we've done so far is we've repackaged it to cottage squeeze. We have our mascot, questionable mascot Kurt, who's a curd, and or the bird who loves curds. Protein. We're protein.
We're protein.
Cheese with ease and squeeze the most out of,
Okay. Last idea. What about frozen? Because there was like the whole trend on TikTok where people
made ice cream out of it.
So like, is there frozen cottage cheese pops?
So I guess this would be a whole other product. It'd be like, basically we'd be adding fruit and stuff. We'd making it sweet by adding like all natural and making it like cottage freeze.
And that is the end of the brainstorm. Lyndsay, is that a good idea? Like, should we keep that in our back pocket?
Cottage freeze. Shit. Protein pops.
Cottage freeze. That's really funny. I mean, that's good, actually.
You know what else I was thinking? I was remembering in a Goofy movie when it's easy cheese.
Easy cheese.
Okay. So we could call ours squeezy cheese. We could also have it in a tube like that you put on crackers. That'd be easier for people to eat than just eating it in their mouth like yogurt. So we call it squeezy cheese and they put it on crackers and toast and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what it should be. We could partner with Lunchables and it'd be like a little packet in there and that's what you put on there. And so that's
cute.
There is in 1 cup of cottage cheese, there's 25 grams of protein. Like that's what I mean. That's so much. Almost too much.
Why wasn't there more of like a salmonella outbreak when we were kids? We were eating Lunchables that had been sitting in our backpacks for like 6 straight hours.
I think because there was so much preservatives. I think it's because we were lucky enough that nothing was good for us.
Salmonella couldn't even thrive in that environment. It's like,
salmonella tried its best.
I know it did.